Farragut is getting a brand new town center, and as you can see, they're kind of just finishing up construction here. The first few businesses have come in down the street. There's a donut shop and another restaurant down there, but this is all going to be full here in the next few months. They've just finished up construction. So this is going to make Farragut one of the only Knoxville suburbs to have its own town center. Now the location of Farragut, downtown Knoxville is just about 20 minutes that way. So while you will have the town center here, if you want to go to the bigger town of Knoxville, it's just going to be about 20 minutes down the road that way. And then Farragut also sits right along Fort Loudon Lake. So if you want to get out on the lake, literally just drive 5 minutes that direction. You can get to the marina or get to a boat launch or a couple of parks that are right along the lake. So you've got the lake, you've got the town center, and then you have some of the largest shopping areas, some of the highest rated schools, and some really nice neighborhoods and parks. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go check out all of those different things and show you what Farragut has to offer. The greenway system is one of the things that's unique about Farragut, and this greenway that I'm on actually runs through a lot of the neighborhoods. This is one of the parks here. The Farragut Library is just over the hill here, but the important thing to know is this greenway runs through a lot of the neighborhoods and the parks. So wherever you live in Farragut, this is either going to connect through your neighborhood, or you're going to be able to just drive a couple minutes down the street, go to a park, and hop on this greenway, and you can go for a run, go for a walk, go for a bike ride for miles and miles and actually get around most of the town. And this is unique for really all of the East Tennessee area. There are not many towns that have an extensive greenway system like this that kind of connects the entire community. So this is where we are right here at this park, and the greenway runs all through the entire town. What we're going to do, we're going to go down and check out where the lake is down here. We're going to check out the big shopping area up here. This was the town center where we just were. The schools are right in here. And we're also going to drive through some of these neighborhoods that are all along through here. And by the way, this is the entire map of Farragut. To get from one end to the other is only about a 10-minute drive. So anywhere you live in here is going to be super convenient to all these different locations. All right, as we head down to check out the lake, I wanted to talk about the location of Farragut in a little bit more detail. So I mentioned it's about 20 minutes out from downtown Knoxville, and it really is a suburb of Knoxville. It's in Knox County, on the far west side of Knox County. So it really is a suburb of Knoxville. Now, one of the other things that is important to a lot of people is being near the Smoky Mountains. So being in East Tennessee, a lot of people are familiar with the Smoky Mountains being nearby, and the Smoky Mountains are going to be about a 45-minute drive out from Farragut. So there's actually some neighborhoods in Farragut where you have a view of the mountains, but to get up there into the mountains, it's going to be about a 45-minute drive. And then one of the other things people wonder about is the airports. The Knoxville airport is only about 20 minutes away, and you have a lot of direct flights from the Knoxville airport, but it is a fairly small airport. So if you want to get to the closest international airport, that's going to be over in Nashville, just about 2.5 hours away. I'm going to go show you some views of the lake in a second, as well as a couple of neighborhoods that sit right along the lake. But if you want to live in Farragut in one of the neighborhoods that's not on the lake, but still have access to a boat close by, this marina is going to be one of the closest. And this is actually right outside the town of Farragut, but most of the neighborhoods in Farragut are literally just going to be a couple minutes away from here. So if you want to live in a community that's not lakeside but still have access to a marina, this is where you're going to find that. So I am at one of the parks that sits right along the lake here. So they have the marina just down the street where I just was. They have parks that are right along the lake. So even if you don't live in a lakeside neighborhood, you're still going to be able to get out and enjoy this lake. You can put in a kayak or a canoe or keep your boat down at the marina. But this is one of the #1 reasons why people will move to East Tennessee, not just Farragut, but East Tennessee in general. There are actually 9 lakes within about 45 minutes of here. Fort Loudon is just one of them. And this river, the Tennessee River that forms Fort Loudon Lake, actually goes all the way, connects to the Mississippi River, and goes all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. So this is a large river system, and there are tons of other lakes in the area. But while we're on the subject of the reasons why people move to this area, the lakes is a big one. The Smoky Mountains, as we mentioned before, is a big one. The political environment is a big one. People like the politics of Tennessee. And then the weather is another big one. This is March 4th. It's about 65 degrees right now. And the weather is one of the things that people like because you have 4 seasons. You know, right now in March is when it starts to get warm. Summer, you have a pretty hot season. Winter is not too cold, but you do have a couple snows a year. So people like the 4 seasons. And honestly, this right now is one of the best times when it starts to get into the 60s every day. But again, Fort Loudon Lake, you can keep your boat at the marina down there. You can enjoy the lake just from the parks like this one that sit along the lake. And I'm actually going to take you and show you a couple of neighborhoods that you can get lakefront properties on. So this is one of the neighborhoods that sits right along the lake. So if you are wanting to get a lakefront property, there are a few options. Now this actually is not even technically in the city limits of Farragut. There aren't any lakefront neighborhoods that are in the city limits, but the cool thing is this is still zoned for Farragut City Schools. So if that's the important thing to you, just have access to all these things that we're looking at today and be zoned for the Farragut City Schools, then this neighborhood does offer that. This is called Jefferson Park, by the way. They have a private boat dock out here. So even if you live in one of these homes that's back off the main or back off the water, you're still gonna be able to have access to that private boat dock, or you can get a property that's right on the lake as well. But there are a couple other neighborhoods, and none of them that are on the lake are actually, like I said, technically in the city limits of Farragut, but since they're still zoned for Farragut schools, they essentially have everything that Farragut has to offer, and they're literally only about 2 minutes away to get into Farragut, only about 10 minutes away to get to Turkey Creek, the big shopping area, really close by to the parks, just a couple minutes away to the parks that I'm going to show you. So basically they are in Farragut, just not technically in the city limits. This neighborhood is called Montgomery Cove, and this is one of the other options if you want to get right on the lake. And this neighborhood is a little bit older, which means there are more large mature trees. The lot sizes are also a little bit bigger in here. So it's kind of a little bit of a quieter, more secluded feeling, but this is just one of the other options if you do want to get right on the lake. One of the other things that's unique about Farragut is it has some of the biggest shopping areas in all of East Tennessee. So this Costco right out here beside me is the only Costco within about a 2.5 hour drive. So it's the only Costco in all of East Tennessee. And then we're getting ready to head into Turkey Creek, which is one of the largest shopping areas in the entire state. So this is part of Turkey Creek, and this development has over 50 different retail options, as well as over 50 different dining options. But it also has things like a hospital, it has other medical offices, it has some gyms and salons. So there's a ton of different stuff through here. But really the important thing to know about it is this is the largest shopping area in really all of East Tennessee. So if you live anywhere around Knoxville, a lot of people are going to be coming to this area for their shopping, and it's right here in Farragut, so it's really convenient. But also the other thing to keep in mind with that is because this is kind of the most developed commercial area anywhere around Knoxville, it does increase the traffic. So one of the things about Farragut compared to some of the other suburbs is the traffic can get a little bit worse. But this is the main road that runs through Turkey Creek where that light is, and that is a 2.5 mile stretch, actually not quite 2.5 miles, but almost 2.5 miles of just these shops, just areas that look like this, just these shops and restaurants. Like I said, over 50 different dining options and retail options. So if you want to be convenient to all of this, then this is right here in Farragut. All right, so far we've checked out that town center area, the big shopping commercial development, as well as the lake. And the rest of what I want to check out in Farragut is kind of all the residential area. So we're going to check out a few of the neighborhoods and one of the big parks that's kind of in the middle of this residential area. But the important thing to keep in mind is all of these neighborhoods we're looking at are going to be within about 5 minutes of all the other areas we've looked at. So this neighborhood where I'm at now, we're just about 2 or 3 minutes away from Turkey Creek, as well as the town center, and just about 5 minutes away from the lake. So most of these neighborhoods are going to be similar to that, just a few minutes away from all those different things. But we'll take a look at a couple new construction neighborhoods. But this first one I wanted to look at is an older neighborhood. It's called Fox Den, and there is a country club here called Fox Den Country Club. So if you want to be part of a country club, this is the one country club for Farragut, but there is another public golf course across the street from here as well. But one of the things I wanted to point out about the older established neighborhood compared to the newer ones, as you'll see when we go in these newer neighborhoods, a lot of the lot sizes are pretty small. You have maybe 15 feet between the homes. Compared to these older, more established neighborhoods, the lots are nice and big. They have mature trees, so you get a little bit more of a secluded, quiet feeling. You have the large lots, the mature trees. So this is kind of, what you can find in some of the established neighborhoods. And just keep that in mind as we head into the new construction neighborhoods. And kind of the trade-off that a lot of people are looking at is, do we want to get a nice large lot and maybe have a home that's maybe slightly outdated, or maybe it doesn't have quite the floor plan that we're looking for, or do we want to get a new construction home that's obviously completely updated, completely new, but have a smaller lot? So just pay attention to that as we're going into these new construction neighborhoods. So there are really only a few options for new construction in Farragut, and this is one of them, and we'll go check out a couple of other ones, but I'm gonna go through these really quick. And I do have another YouTube channel completely dedicated to showing the new construction communities in the Knoxville area, and there's a link to that in the description below. I have home tours and community tours of these homes right here and other homes around the Knoxville area. So if you're interested in potentially buying a new construction home in the area, that channel will be a great resource for you, and it's linked down in the description. But we'll go through these communities really quick. I'll just kind of give you the highlights. This one is called Ivy Farms. It's built by Goodall Homes, and the homes in here start in the 600,000s. So this is going to be actually the lowest price new construction community in the Farragut area. They're really nice homes starting in the 600,000. So I mean, that's still not a cheap home by any means, but this is going to be the lowest price. The other two are going to be in the 700,000 starting and the 900,000s. So if you're looking in that $600,000 range, this is going to be the one. The homes are going to start around 2,200 square feet. The largest floor plan is around 3,500, and the options include spec homes that are move-in ready, as well as pre-sale semi-custom homes. So if you want to do that semi-custom process, they do have home sites and pre-sale options available. So this one is Ivy Farms by Goodall Homes. By the way, they have a community pool and a really nice clubhouse here as well. So nice amenities. The greenway connects through here. As I said, all these new communities have that greenway that connects through it. So every one that we're going to see has that. And then this one does have the community pool and clubhouse as well. As we head to the next couple neighborhoods, one of the other things I wanted to mention is Farragut has one of the highest rated school systems in the entire state. So if you look at niche.com or greatschools.org, any of those rating sites, you're going to see that Farragut is one of the top rated in the state. So if you have a family and if that rating is important to you, then Farragut's going to be really one of the top choices for the Knoxville area. This is one of the other large parks in Farragut. This one's called McPhee Park, and I'm on the soccer field right now. Look just down the hill here, and you've got tennis courts, basketball courts, you've got some pickleball courts over here, which the pickleball is the most important. Top of the hill here you have a splash pad and a large playground, and then you have this greenway, a walking trail back through there, and this greenway connects to the neighborhoods that are just down the street here. So this is a really nice park that is pretty much just in the middle of all these neighborhoods that we're taking a look at. So I just came from Ivy Farms, which is about 3 minutes that direction. The next two neighborhoods that I'm going in, one of them is literally across the street here. The other one's about 200 yards down that way. But a lot of the neighborhoods that are in the Farragut area that you're going to be looking at, if you are looking in the Farragut area, are going to be within just a few minutes of here. And for a lot of them, you may be able to even hop on the greenway and walk over here. So this is one of the parks, and as I mentioned, there are several other parks, but I just really want to emphasize that all these things are super convenient. The park, the shopping, the lake, everything is just really convenient. If you live in this area, it's all going to be within just about 5 minutes. This neighborhood is called The Grove at Boyd Station. It's built by Saddlebrook Properties. As you can see, I'm on the greenway. As I said, this goes through all these new neighborhoods, and the homes in here are going to start in the 900,000s, and they have a ton of home sites still available. So this community is pretty early in development, but a lot of homes that are under construction. So what Saddlebrook offers, they do offer some move-in ready homes or homes that are under construction that'll be move-in ready in the next couple months. But they also offer a really good customization process. If you do want to do that custom build, you can select one of the home sites, select one of their floor plans, and go through that design process. And that's going to be a longer process. It's going to take usually, so rule of thumb, if you're doing a pre-sale build in the Knoxville area, you're going to want to give yourself at least 8 months with most of these builders. Sometimes it can be a little bit quicker, but that's just a good rule of thumb, at least 8 months. So if you want to do that semi-custom pre-sale build, Saddlebrook is a great option. They do a really good job with that. And this is one of their neighborhoods. They have townhomes. So this section at the bottom of the hill here, these are all townhomes. And these actually start in the 600,000s, the upper 600,000s. And then the rest of these are starting mostly in the 900,000s. But this community also has a really nice view. The camera never does it justice, but you can actually see the Smoky Mountains out here in the background. You can see Fort Loudon Lake a little bit down here in the corner. So a really nice setting. They don't have their pool or their community center yet, but they will have a pool and a clubhouse as well. So again, this one is the Grove at Boyd Station. This is a great option if you are looking in that $900,000 price range, or maybe if you want one of the townhomes like the ones down here at the bottom, starting in the upper 600,000s. So this is the other new construction community, and this one is also built by Saddlebrook Properties. So same builder as that last neighborhood we were in, but the difference in this one is these homes are a little bit smaller, and this is also what they call one of their maintenance-free communities, meaning the lawn care is taken care of by the HOA. But the homes are a little bit more geared towards one level living. So a lot of these are 2-level, but they have everything you need on one level, you know, primary suite, all the living area, and usually some additional bedrooms all on the main level. So the homes in here are gonna start for the most part in the 700,000s, and they're gonna start around 2,000 square feet. But really nice, all brick homes, high-end luxury finishes, and they have homes that are available for sale right now, but they also have that semi-custom pre-sale option, and they do a great job in this community as well as that other community. So if you do want to do that semi-custom pre-sale option, again, this one is a great option to do that in. And if you're looking for kind of that one level living maintenance free community, this is the one where you're gonna be able to find that. By the way, if this is your first time on this channel, my name is Forrest McCullough, and my real estate team specializes in helping people make the move to Tennessee. And we get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you that are looking to make the move to Tennessee. And we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making the move and you wanna learn how my team can help you, you can click the link in the description below to book a call with my team, and we'll walk through that process with you and show you how we can help you make that move to Tennessee. Or you can just simply text us at the number that's on the screen or the link in the description below. There's also going to be a QR code on the screen here. So if you are watching this on your TV and you want to book a call with us, you can scan that QR code that's on the screen here. If you've never scanned a QR code, just pull out your phone and point your camera, open your camera app and point it at that code on the screen here. A little icon will pop up. You can tap on that and that'll take you to a link where you can actually just book a call with my team. So if you're thinking about making that move to Tennessee and you want to learn more about how we can help you, go to that link and book a call with my team. We would love to connect with you. If you're just following along and you want to continue to learn more about Tennessee, that's what this channel is dedicated to. You can subscribe below and just follow along. We go all around the state and show you all the different communities, towns, and cities in Tennessee. So you can subscribe to follow along with that. And as I mentioned before, we also have that channel dedicated to showing the new construction homes and communities in the Knoxville area. There's a link to that down in the description below as well. So all the resources for you. If you want to connect with us, we'd love to connect with you. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.